Yo, what's up, everybody? We're back. This is Big Sal Trade. So I'm changing my name because I seen someone else had the name, and a lot of people call me Sal for short. So we're gonna roll with Big Sal Trades right now. But I'm back. I want to update you guys. So I have a new prop firm account that I passed, and I want to update you on how things are going. All right. So this may have happened to you guys before. First of all, if you're new here, what we're going to accomplish is that we're going to trade possibly side by side. If you're unprofitable and you're trying to be consistently profitable, we're going to do it together. I'm recording my journey so you guys can see what I do. We can share things as well as me sharing some of my findings, some game changers, some little tips and tricks, things that I feel like are game changers that I've learned over the last 2 years of trading. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in here and see where we're at. Okay, so I'm in TradeZilla. Some of you have asked me before about my own app. I do have an app. I will be giving you some updates on that later on in the coming weeks. And I'm thinking about making something really special for us, especially folks that are doing prop firm challenges and stuff like that. More on that later. So I just decided just to log into TradeZilla, have it import my stuff so I can look at my data. That was my biggest thing for the start of this new challenge, right? So I got this funded account. Now my goal is to get from funded to my first payout, right? So we're going to get that first payout together. That's our goal. I believe I can do it. This is my third or fourth account that I've passed. This is my second account that I've passed with Lucid Trader. Before that, I passed 2 accounts with another prop firm. They had an intraday trailing drawdown, and that's what disqualified me from both of those accounts. We don't have that anymore with Lucid Trader. I'm really having a great time with Lucid Trader. It feels easy. It feels like their rules aren't getting in the way. So far, I recommend them. In this video here, I'm showing you. All right, so one thing that I noticed that I do a lot, and maybe you guys can feel me on this, is after I pass and I get my new account, my funded account, I usually start tanking, right? So if we look at the graph here, look at this. We started off with 0. We had a little bit of a win right there, $95. Then we lost 160. Then we gained 52, 73, then lost 181. Then lost 151, 300, 20, 200, 300, right? So it just kept kind of moving down. And what I learned from this was that my risk management wasn't on par. And specifically, if I pull up the trades, we can look at them and kind of see what was going on. I think that'd be pretty important. But specifically, I shouldn't have days where I lose $756. Towards the end of my challenge that I did to get this funded account, I was trading and risking $500. So if I had a 3R multiple, that would be anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500. Typically 1,500, but if I'm averaging out, right? But the thing was that I grew that account with a buffer. When I had this funded account, I didn't have a buffer. So that means that start trading with maybe $200 or $250 and then get a few wins, create a buffer, and then start to risk more, get to that $500 amount or so. The other thing that's been helping me is just being okay with getting $300, $400, $300, $500. Because I keep thinking, all right, well, eventually I'm going to have 5 accounts. So that times 5 is, $1,500 or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, well, this would have been a $1,500 day. And that just kind of keeps me calm. So I feel like that's been very helpful. And these little psychological and little psychological hacks is really what I think is going to make all the difference for me. Okay, so looking here, you can see I was kind of fooling around here. So there's a $0 trade, $35. I was trading oil because of the news. And then I was like, what am I doing trading oil? And then I'm on the funded account as well. Here's some ES trades here. So this one, you see here, minus 21, minus 37. This was, let's see if I click on this and we kind of see what actually happened. If I go, let's go ahead and mark up some levels right here. So I remember this area was a level, right? There's a support and resistance level. And what happened was we had our indication. So this was our level. Then we had an indication, continuation. So I was looking at this level right here as the support level. So once we broke that level, I was calling that an indication, right? And then a correction. And I ended up getting in right here, thinking that we would continue down to this level. And what happened was that it just kept going and then took me out. All right, so here you can see a clear representation of what I thought. So there's a level right here. This level right here, I'll just draw it out, right? So price was consolidating at this level, which is what we want to see. And then price broke through the level. So I was just waiting for the correction and then the continuation back down to this level, right? So as price is correcting, I'm like, yeah, that looks great. And then I'm watching it on the 15-minute and the 5-minute. And as you can see here, let's just go ahead and follow price. So we're reversing, we're on an uptrend, right? Uptrend, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And this is where it starts to consolidate. And for me, that's fine because I know that usually after a consolidation, there's a move. But none of this really counts. So I'm just waiting to see which direction price wants to go. I see a bigger red candle, something, and okay, it's engulfing that candle, but it's not really the type of candle that I want to see. So I'm waiting. Then price moves up. And then I'm like, okay, so we don't really have a full confident break of structure. Then we get this red candle, green candle. I'm looking at the highs, right? The highs are getting low. I would get this red candle, these 3 red candles down here. At this point, I'm like, okay, let's think about it, right? So we've got a high here, then we've got a lower high here and another lower high here. So yeah, I was confident that we would keep going down. So then I got in on the trade and price just reversed against me, right? So this is like this type of entry fake out doesn't really happen that often. So for me, this was okay to lose. This was a good loss, right? But the thing that I realized was we did have a gap right here, and I was kind of looking at this level. And that's usually why I keep on the no gaps candle. We don't really get gaps too often, but I just keep it on. If whatever I'm trading, the candlesticks don't look super clean, I'll try to turn that no gaps candle on and see if that helps. But this would have totally helped because I would have considered this area up here. It really stands out right now, right? This whole area up here really stands out. When I had it off, I was looking at this line. It was a visual thing, right? So keeping the no gaps on, knowing that, I would have waited, and look at what happened. So this is the level now, right? So it comes back up to this level. This would have been a better area for me to enter. Now, from all the other videos that I've had, I ended up cleaning my background up, and this darker shade is New York session, right? So this is the beginning of New York, and then the end of New York right here, somewhere around here. All right, so let me just forward it a little bit. Actually, before we forward, so you can see right here, we had a reversal or an attempt to, right? And this is where I got back in. So right here, price comes down. Actually, I don't think I got in this trade. Let me see, that's Monday the 9th. We'll check that out in a second. But let's go ahead and get in here and see how that would have looked like, right? So there's a 5-minute. Let me look at the 15-minute. Okay, so here's the 15-minute. This level right here, which I have a red line, that's the level I would want to see us get below. And then once we get below this level, I'd be confident to get it. Let's go ahead and play that. And you see it didn't happen. And then it breaks above this level right here. So there was no trade here. I wouldn't be surprised if I took this trade too. Let's check that out. Monday 9th, around 10 o'clock. Looks like I didn't get in, or maybe I got in and then just got out quickly. But either way, I feel like I kind of got faked out. The first trade right here, I just risked too much, right? I should have lost $250. Then that would have been okay, not $700. And then plus, this was my hesitation right here. So another thing that I want to say is that you can see how last week was. It was like all over the place, and I wasn't using my journal or anything. And then I was like, let me just get TradeZella real quick because I could just sync it really quick, and I'll just pay the $50 for the month, and just get real focused on what I'm doing. Look at the data, look at exactly what I'm doing. The only thing that me personally is a little tricky is sometimes journaling and stuff. I don't see it the way I need to see it, but I could just do that myself. But this right here is definitely super helpful to be able to see where we're at, what trades we're doing. Because you start trading and stuff, you forget about what trades that you took. Like for example, I took 4 trades this day. 3 trades on that day. Like you kind of forget that. And sometimes you'll take little trades and you'll just be like, let me get in. Those little impulse trades, where you shouldn't really be, you have no business really to be taking the trade. So anyway, you can see that the way I started trading drastically changed. So we've got 3 green days in a row and pretty good days. 293, 458. This one should have been 700, but I didn't take out in time. I ended up kind of waiting to see if it would break below a level, and it didn't. And then it pulled back, and then I ended up taking out. Then eventually it went in my favor after I got out, and I was okay with just the 458. So yeah, 300. So this stack of 3 is $1,000, and I was in the hole. I was down. I think it said yeah, a little more. I think it looked like it said 1,800 or something like that. But as you can see right here, the curve right now. So we came all the way back out of the hole. So I just need to take the good trades and stuff like that. Today, I took a different trade. It wasn't an ICC trade, but it was a smarter trade based off the market condition. And I'll show you what that was. It was real simple. And it was just a range bound trade. I saw that price was bouncing in the range. You could literally have taken a trade anytime and just got out at the other end. And that's what I did. I took a low risk. I think I risked $100 and some dollars, and then just got out. And then I usually get on the 5-minute to see this, get in and get out. This last trade that I took here, I ended up just it was this trade. I got in here and I ended up getting out here. And what I did was I just turned my phone off because I didn't want to look at it. And I'll set an alert right where I'm getting out, right there. And once my phone alerts me, then I know if I won or I lost. And then same thing, I had an alert set right here to know if oh no, actually I just moved it. Yeah, so it's right there on the stop loss. See, and it says lost. And that's it, because there were at least 2 times where I tampered with the trade. I saw the trade. I actually got in this trade right here, where I got in right here, and then when it came up, I broke even instead of just waiting, and this would have been almost $500. So this type of trade, if I see the market is looking kind of choppy and it's bouncing from the top of the range to the bottom of the range, I'll take that trade. Those trades are kind of high probability. You can just look yourself how many places you could have got in with a decent stop loss. See, right here you would have lost, but right here you just kind of wait. You also wouldn't have known if there was a choppy market. Somewhere in the middle here you would have known. So you could have taken the third one, this one, this one, this one, this one, which I took, this one. So you see, there's 4 opportunities to win. So yeah, that was what I did today, and we're just trying to be smart. We're trying to do what got us funded, and I'll keep you guys posted. Let me know how your trades went out. I am experimenting a little bit with this, with a tighter entry, and I'll show you what that looks like. So for example, last night, I won the trade. I got in here, and then I got out at this, I believe this green line, because on the 1 hour, I was looking at the 1 hour. See, the 1 hour I saw the bodies were closing here, so I felt like, all right, it was a sure thing to close out here instead of risk the bottom. So I just closed out there. I really needed that win too yesterday, right? And if you look, I had this win, and I really needed just to get a solid win, and I did. So that was okay. But that was the one that could have been $700, right? And then as it started pulling back, I closed it. So I'm not doing any runners. I'm just hitting TP, and that's it. That's what's worked really good for me. I feel like runners, it's like rolling the dice again, right? When you get to that level, because you're getting to a level of, if you're selling, you're getting to a level of buyers, and then you got to see who's going to win. And do you want to stay in the market that long? You know, and that's not what I'm doing right now, especially when New York market closes, I have to get out, right? So, but I have been experimenting. If my experimentations right here, look, this is a 12R, which is crazy. We don't really need it, but there was an opportunity to get a 12R, and I'm going to experiment a little bit more. And if I can start hitting these trades, then I'll do a tutorial on that. But other than that, things are going smoothly right now. I feel like psychologically, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling clear. I'm feeling confident. I'm looking at gold and I'm looking at ES right now. Those are the two that I'm trading. And we are about to be back up to baseline. And then we're going to keep pushing forward and build up to $3,000 and then request our first payout, I think of $1,500. So we're going to do that together. All right. So that's my update. If you appreciate this video, please like, comment, subscribe, post a comment. Let me know how your week went. That'd be pretty cool, since a lot of us are trading the same things like gold. Post how yours went. If you have a question, I've literally answered every single question on all of my videos. So if you have a good question, I'll answer it. All right. And without further ado, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.